What's up, everybody? It's Mark the Mike. This is another the Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling. I'm Mark the Mike, and joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And we got SummerSlam to cover. We are back, and yeah, SummerSlam came and gone. And it was a great pay per view, so we will talk about that and have our full review. But first, we go to the Wrestling Retrospect, and we said his name, and he appears. Joe Hendry is the next person on our list. Um, I picked this one because it was a tag team, and I didn't know they tag team, so it was new to me. They were called the Prestige, and they fought Joe Coffey and Travis Banks. This was Defiant Wrestling number 6 in the UK. So Prestige was Joe Hendry and Laguerrero. He's that British dude with the horns on his head. He
hmm
was in NXT UK for a little bit.
I think we did retrospect to him, right? Or
Yeah, this is
he was
champ.
he might have been in somebody's matches.
Yeah, so he
So I
was
seen
tag
him.
teaming with Joe Hendry in this, and they were called the
Hmm.
Prestige. So, and now it also brings back Joe Hendry and Coffee being working with him in NXT now because they're about to fight and they have worked together before. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But this was like a crazy, like hard hitting British style tag fight. No song in the beginning, but they did this weird bouncing off the rope thing that they did a little dance and then one flew out, then the other flew out. But other than that, it was a very technical match, very the British strong style match, and but Prestige did lose, and Joe Coffey caught a power bomb to the dude with the mask. So there you go. That's my first match.
The first one I have is the Impact Digital Media Championship. Joe Hendry versus Amir Jordan. Let's see. This is on North Wrestling on their YouTube. If you want to check it out.
Yes.
This is March 17th, 2023. So it's not that old. Obviously, Digital Media Championship. It's not that old either. Um, so this one I picked because I'm not familiar with Amir Jordan, and this one is like a super small venue, so it's very intimate. The ring is a little bit smaller than you used to.
Yeah.
Um, and we get the full theme song, and the crowd waving their arms like they just don't care. So, of course, he is the favorite in the match. But this one is a surprise to me because hopefully the guy that he fought, Amir,
Yeah.
hopefully he gets some shine. Because he's actually really, really good.
Yes.
The one thing that I might say that is like a little maybe it's hard for him to stand out because again he's good, but I would say he wrestles more that current indie guy style or maybe Osprey light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Type of he has everything, but it's more of a he's got a kick pad, so he's gonna be kicking and jumping off of things. That tends to be how people who dress like that in wrestling, that's how they do. They tend to kick you and also go flying. So his thing is he has a lot of like high flying offense, and then he has a lot of like he counters things really really cool. Like the way he gets out of a head scissors on the ground, he keeps up out of that, and it's like you could tell the dude has like a good agility. So I'm like, all right, all right. And Hendry is obviously that's a big boy.
No.
So it's basically the opposite styles. I would say just watch it to see it. Obviously, Hendry does not lose his title. He does catch him with his finisher. I'm not sure what it's called. It's like the same thing. It's like a choke slam, rock bottom. It's like he picks you up and then like walks with you and then slams you down. It looks brutal.
Hmm.
but he catches him with it. So there you go.
Alright. Mm. My next match is ICPW Loaded number 13. This is 2016. This is Joe Hendry versus Pete Dunne. And Joe Hendry loses his fingers in this match. That is one thing I'll tell you that has not changed about Pete Dunne. He will break your fingers. But Joe Hendry catches him with a roll up, and that's how he got the win. And after the match, he had a promo stating that he wants to go for the world title, and not other than Cody Rhodes comes to challenge him.
Oh, really?
Yes, black haired Cody
Mm.
Rhodes.
Oh, okay, okay,
There you go.
okay.
But the match was actually really solid, very technician, a very British strong style. Pete Dunne is a beast, and they actually have really good chemistry. So now I'm seeing a lot of like NXT people that are there now, all working with Joe Hendry. I'm excited to see what he does with NXT because I think they just posted up what his contract is like, so that he got permission from TNA that he can work WWE shows and TNA shows and indie shows. He's the first to have that.
Yes,
It's
sir.
crazy. All right.
And the next one is called WCPW Built to Destroy Part 5. It is Joseph Connors and Joe Hendry versus Prospect. Um, the one thing I know about Prospect in terms of this match, the story is that they are like supposed to be, their nickname is the future of, I think, British wrestling. I think it is,
Yeah.
but because they're young, two young dudes. Um, but the whole reason you want to watch this is because Joe Hendry has a song for when they come out. It's Joe Hendry and Joseph Connors. Like the song literally says that. Joseph Connors. So you know who the star is supposed to be.
yeah.
And the crazy thing is, like, again, because they're so used to him, that this is obviously a UK venue, but it's also just cool to see how the fans just always all in on his stuff. So even this weird ass song, the crowd just comes in. And the thing you might like, Mark, is, what the tune to the song is?
Well.
It's like one of the original Raw themes. The
Okay.
one that's, I think, is play that funky music, play it, let's get it
Oh, okay.
on. That one.
Across the universe.
So when they so this the part where like it's gonna break down into something cool, it just stops and goes, Joseph Connors, and so you get it. As far as the match goes, I don't know if they intended to have matching gold trunks, which is actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Again, the whole story is Connors doesn't want to be his partner,
Hmm.
really. So he's kind of nonchalant in the match, and then you see that, and he goes on like a spree of whipping like both the other guys' ass for a good minute, like maybe 5 minutes. Is him just destroying these two guys, and Hendry's like, come on, tag me in. You've been in there for God knows how long. He turns around and the guy just rolls him up.
Nice.
Anticlimactic as hell. Like, Joseph Connors wasn't even tired. He just got rolled up. It is the funniest thing. Like, again, uh, more of the character side of Hendry, and I guess Joseph Connors, if you want to see that. So there you go.
Nice. My last match is 2019. This is Defiant Wrestling. The match was in 2016. Sorry. Um, this is Refuse to Lose 2016. This is Kurt Angle versus Joe Hendry, and this was actually quite a good match. It was Kurt Angle was actually moving quite good in this match. Um, I guess this was before his WWE run. Just when he did his last indie run. But it was a really good back and forth match, and Kurt Angle tapped. No, he tapped to the ankle lock, and that was Kurt Angle's last match in the Indies. I think this is right before he went back to WWE. But before the match, he actually had a song about Kurt Angle. You should definitely see that. I'll send it to you. All right, and you have one more.
Yep. The last one I have, it is Shane Taylor versus Joe Hendry. This is ROH Honor United, London 2019. So this one premiered uh years later than that, so it doesn't have the date that it happened on. Let's see. No, I don't think it has the date that it happened on, but it is on the ROH YouTube. So if you want to check that out, it's on there. This one I think is funny because he has the same gold tights that he had at the last match. I think
Yeah,
that's
he
pretty
had gold
funny.
tights against Angle too.
Yeah. So this one I think is if you would like to get more familiar with Shane Taylor, I think this is a match you should watch because it's a long match actually. It's like 15 minutes at least, and they go back and forth. They go outside. Uh, Joe Hendry shows off his surprising power because Shane Taylor's a big boy,
Yeah.
and he has the moment where he's like, "Oh, can you get him up?" Yes, he does, sir. Yes, sir, he do. So there's cool things that it just plays into. You get to actually see some of Shane Taylor's character because we see the vignettes now sometimes, right? But if you're not familiar with him and you just want to get to know him, you get to see how he acts during the match, how he talks to the fans. Like you get the sense that he's a badass. Um, and then I think the pivotal moment in the match is when he finally does the suplex to him, Hendry, and then he gets him off his feet, and that's like where the tide changes. So it's cool to see that.
Yep.
It's just a really, really good ass match. Oh, the other thing about this match is it might be one to two like big matches for Hendry after that Kurt Angle match because he has the ankle lock, and they mention on commentary that he was bequeathed
Yeah.
the ankle lock from Kurt Angle. So
There
there
you
you go.
go. Nice. All right. That's our wrestling retrospect. We'll have a new wrestler at the end of the show. All right. So usually we do weekend wrestling, but again, a lot of things been going on with my moving and all that stuff. So it's been hard to remember everything. So we're gonna review SummerSlam, and then we'll be back to normal scheduled stuff next week. But I'll say the build up to SummerSlam was great. I think they did a good job in building all the matches. We did have new tag team champions crowned. Two titles. No. One tag team champions crowned with the Bloodline taking the titles from DIY. Jade and Bianca got jumped by behind by Blair Davenport to cost them their title shot. So they still Ivy and other one all fired. They retained. So there was something right before SummerSlam. But we go into SummerSlam. So anything you want to put out, like just spot out before we go into SummerSlam?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Everything was set up pretty nicely.
So SummerSlam kicks off with the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. You want to go first?
So I would like to say I think the match was a very good match. I like how it started with Liv being just a jerk
Yeah.
and then getting caught. Um, and I think that the one thing that they did well, I would say Rhea didn't, is like, show frustration, but also if you pay attention, she's in this match, she's enjoying the beatdown.
Yeah.
Like if you notice when she does moves on Liv, like she is always taunting, she's always making faces, she's always looking at Dom, and then it's like she has like that super confidence because she's got Dom with her. It's basically for the time being is 2-on-1, and boy how the tables turn.
Yep.
And it started with Liv, was it ramming her into the post, and now started the shoulder issues.
Yes.
So then Liv's got the upper hand, and basically, I think that I didn't think about it until now, but when she actually like needed the chair, like got the chair and stuff,
Yeah.
it would make sense in a world where she was healthy. And I just think about that because again, she wouldn't have that little piece of the feud
Yeah.
being the chair that took her out and whatnot.
Mhm.
So it's funny how like that's just the centerpiece of everything.
Yeah.
It's the magic chair,
Damn chair and
and
the mustache.
unfortunately, yeah. So
The chair and the
I
mustache.
mean, I like how the double turn happened. I like how everything. I like how she looked crazy when she rammed her arm into the table to pop it back in. Like again, maybe getting it hurt let her be able to do sort of like how Alexa Bliss is able to pop her arm.
Yeah.
Like you just noticed, it didn't look like she was just acting. If you looked at her shoulder, it looked nasty.
Yeah.
It didn't look like a normal shoulder. So like that's probably one of those things that happens once it starts happening,
Mhm.
good or bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just added to it.
I give credit
Um,
too with Dom with the first time he was trying to like help Rhea. He was pretty much being truthful with it. Like, yeah, you ain't gonna get the title if you hit her with the chair.
hmm hmm
And then the betrayal.
Yep. So it worked out and it went off smoothly. You know what I mean? And then I like that. I wish they would have lingered on it just for a little bit longer. But my favorite part of the match was that evil smile that Dom had when he did what he did.
Yeah.
But you could barely see it because they showed it, and then they immediately went back to what was going on in the ring. I'm
Yeah.
like, if you didn't pay attention, you could have missed that,
Yeah.
and
I
you
agree
would
with you.
still think that Dom was like innocent until the very end. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, no, no. If you saw that smile, you saw he knew what he was doing. So,
Exactly. Where you get
so
the
there you go.
match?
I'm gonna give it a 4 or 5. I thought it was great. I thought even if it wasn't like the hardest hitting or the most technical of matches, that it basically delivered on its story like 5 out of 5. In terms of that, I'll give it a high rating, but it's not perfect, so I'll give it a 4 or 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I go 4-5. I thought it was pretty hard hitting. I thought they looked like they wanted to fight each other, so it actually looked like a fight. Um, yeah, I go 4-5 as well. Next match is Braun Breaker. He defeats Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship.
That's what I was waiting for.
It was good. It was very
Yes,
good.
sir.
It was very good.
This one, I think Braun was out there trying to kill him, but Sammy was like, "Yeah, I know what you did.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you did." Tried to
I would have
everyone.
been okay with Sammy winning, cause he kind of fucks himself up, cause how much aggressive he gets. But I'm also happy that Braun actually got the IC title, and it starts a new run with Braun Breaker. And it was actually cool seeing the Santa Brothers celebrating for him.
hmm
But
Uh, I would say though, the thing that does set Braun apart, regardless of the fact that he uses a spear, is when he builds up momentum, he is literally like the juggernaut. So
yep,
it is something to behold. So
yep,
I would say that. And also, I mean, Although I don't, my one takeaway from it of the Doug points, what was his gear? What was his gear in
I don't
reference to?
know.
Do you know?
I don't know.
Because it did not
Energy
look like
drink.
Steiner Brothers gear to me.
I thought C4 energy drink.
C4. Oh, you know what? He's the C4 champion.
Yeah,
There he
there you go.
goes.
He's a C4 champion. I have no clue what his gear was.
That's pretty funny.
But I'll
Um,
go. I'll give this match a 4.25.
yeah, I think I would go no higher than that.
I thought he
But
did
my
a
only
job.
thing is, see, here's the thing: you can't do it all the time,
Yeah,
right? But hear me out. They fought a lot already,
yeah.
and they've had a lot of interactions. I wouldn't have been upset if Sammy would have got blindsided and speared, and it would have been a fast ass match. I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been upset at all.
I think you couldn't really do that with Sammy just because the person he beat for the IC title, you had to make it a fight.
Well, I'm just saying he got abused and beat up and
Yeah,
dominated for like 2 months.
there you go.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah. They could have sold that too. Like, say for instance, he would have came out with like bandages around his waist and shit. They could have easily sold that.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's
Hmm.
true. All right. LA Knight. He defeats Logan Paul for the United States champion. We have a new champ in LA Knight.
I think it was entertaining. I think it was fun. I think it was a mess. I think things didn't go exactly the way they went on the outside because that table was made out of steel for some reason
Yeah.
on the
It
weekend.
was
I don't
like,
know
nope.
what was up with that table. No give. Um, I think it was a silly with the goofballs coming out and Machine Gun Kelly, but for some reason it just added up to like good. Like it was just great.
Yeah.
I think they both did what they had to do in the ring. Both did it. Freaking Logan Paul doing that moonsault. Come on,
Yeah, that
man,
was dope.
bruh. That you wanna hate it, but good God, when you see somebody do something like that, you go, God damn.
Yeah.
Um, but it was just fun. I don't know what it was. I'm happy he lost to LA Knight.
Yep.
Happy LA Knight gets his WWE first championship. There you
Second,
go.
actually. The $1 million belt was his first.
You know what? Yeah, they need to bring that back.
Yeah.
He needs to have. Well, he can't have it, right? Because isn't he not the one who had
The
it
Dan
last?
Ted DiBiase.
That's
Damn,
true.
they fucked up
That
that
is true.
gimmick so bad, man. That could have easily ate up in the fucking main roster.
The
Bring
thing
back Ted
was, I
DiBiase
think,
as his manager. That would have been
is
hilarious. He blames
a
his losses
different
on his
time,
ass.
different time, and a different person that did not like what they saw. It
Yeah.
just, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Did
That
if he had stayed, that's the thing. If he had stayed in 2.0 and they would have let him tough it out, he probably would have been in a better place now because you see what NXT turned into.
yeah, that's true.
But it's just like they called him up, and you know who didn't see it.
Yeah.
So
Yep, yep. What do you give this match?
this match, I'm gonna give it a 4.25 with an asterisk. I want to give it a 4.5.
I'll go
Just saying,
4.25.
because I just there's a lot of stuff in it that could have been really just annoying and bad. And it was like, oh man, this is all fun.
Yeah, I didn't care about. I don't like Machine Gun Kelly. I was like praying that Kevin Owens would powerbomb off the stage again.
But I don't know who he is. But I know he's been there before at
Yeah,
least one time,
he got
and
powerbombed
that's
off the
that's
stage.
that's all I know about him. That's
Kevin
all I
Owens
know
don't
is that
like him.
like he had no like negative effect on it.
Okay.
But going in, the fact that he had something to do with the match was like, oh, this guy did something. Okay,
Yeah.
he didn't just come down the ramp with him.
Yep. All right. Next match. New champion in Nia Jax. Nia Jax defeats Bailey for the WWE Women's Championship.
I think this was a solid match. I think this is a pay attention, and this is like championship mode Bailey. and this is the new Nia Jax, and I think it showed like there's a lot of things she did that she would have never done like back in the day, and
Yeah.
I think that I'm glad to see like the character's growth, but then also I have to say I'm not 100% sure they captured it right on camera, but the way Tiffy came out, I'm pretty sure it was not meant as a cash in, and it was meant as a distraction,
Yeah.
and they kind of had it, be that for the two characters. But the way they filmed it, like you couldn't tell if her and Naya were like happy about it
Yeah.
until the match was over.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
you kind of get that little bit of like, oh, is there gonna be tension? Because you didn't get to see like them be on the same page. Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's what it was. It was like between the two of them.
Yeah. It made sense that it
Um,
was like a distraction because again Bailey was getting the upper hand at the time.
mhm. And again, like Bailey showed out because, bro, that power bomb was ridiculous. That elbow drop right after was sick. Like gear was on fire, and just her fighting
Naya's
a
gear
bigger
too.
opponent was
I like
something
the
different.
Naya's gear.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Bailey. Just
Yeah.
saying, like she was doing everything that she had to do in this match. Came in on fire, and it was like, you got. Don't feel bad. You
Yeah.
got.
Yeah, babyface. Babyface get got.
It's two against one. You got.
I will
It's all good.
say this was probably Nia Jax's best match since returning.
I
I
would
think,
I would guess so. I would say so.
and I think she,
I would say
I
so.
think she found her niche of what she has to be. Like she,
No, no, no,
yeah,
no, 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 no. Because didn't she have a match with some? No, yeah, she did have another match. Like her Queen of the Rings match was actually really good.
yeah. So
I'll be
but
honest.
I
Like the one
think
she had
she,
with Lyra was like really, really good.
that was a good one too.
So
I
maybe
like the
that's
Lyra.
your, maybe this will be yours, but I think that might be my favorite of hers.
I think her and Lyra, and then this one. I think those are her like two best matches, and I think what she did well was sell her size, and she did really good job in selling her size.
Hmm.
And then how she beats them, she fucking uses her size, so it's great. I'm
Hmm.
happy to see her with the title. Let's see where this goes from here. I'm gonna go 4 with this match.
This one I'm gonna go for 2-5.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to point out, I think because no, we got one more. So never mind, never mind.
All right. Next match. Drew McIntyre defeats CM Punk with special guest referee Seth freaking Rollins.
Uh, See this match, I wanted to give a 5 because I thought everything story wise was perfect. I think the motivations for each of the characters. I think the way Seth acted during the match as a
Yeah.
special guest referee, I think was one of the best special guest referees that there's been. I think the references to Bret Hart and the other SummerSlam I thought was cool. If you knew it, like, but I take points off the match, and it can't get a 5 from me because Drew had said that he was going to murder that man. They had turned this into a blood feud, and number one, they didn't choose to do blood. Okay, fine. They didn't choose to go overboard with the violence though, and that's what I was expecting. And part of me goes, it kind of sucks because I think that was to preserve Punk
Yeah.
because it was like, yeah, he just came back from injury, and you really don't want to hurt this guy.
Yeah.
So like, if Drew had done like for instance, Roman Reigns, when people beat his ass, they wail on him.
Yeah.
Like when he gets chair shots to the back, like they be wailing on him. You know what I'm saying? Like Punk ain't get wailed on.
Yep.
He didn't. Drew was a little vicious with like punching him and whatnot, but he didn't. He ain't toss him around like he normally would. Like the man fought Brock Lesnar and whooped his ass.
Yeah.
I felt that he beat Brock's ass worse than he beat Punk.
Yeah.
I felt his expressions were more like upset and genuine. I felt the stuff he was saying in the middle of the match, the way he was talking to Seth,
Mhm.
the way he was screaming. again, that's why I say the story of the match, I say five. But for what I was expecting, Punk should have went home in pieces.
Yeah, one of them had to like go in the body bag.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and the, both of them just should have gone up. Like one of them had to, one of them had to go, kind of thing. And that's
And
how.
even the perfect stuff with the bracelet, how it ended up on the floor, Steph just picks it up, does the natural thing and just puts it on to hold on to it because it's one of those types of bracelets. Not really even to be a dick because
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it realistically.
he did what any referee would
You
have
don't have
done.
to put it in your pocket. You don't have to put it in your pocket.
Yeah,
Like it's a bracelet. Just put it on.
yeah, he would have did what any ref did. I think any ref would have did that just to keep it in safety kind of thing.
Because you're not gonna throw that outside.
No,
Usually they take the objects, throw it outside.
yeah,
Um, but and again, the way Punk lost the match, his anger, his confusion, his bewilderment as Seth with it on, and just like, oh man, are you really screwing with me right now? And he had Drew, and it's just like all the story stuff was on point. That's
yep,
100% story of this match. So I'm gonna give it a 4 or 5 because I'm not gonna take off that much. But it's just this would have been match of the night for me had the violence
yeah,
been there.
yeah. I would say 4 or 5 as well. Like again, story captured most. I wish it was a bit more aggressive. Like again, like you said, like I agree with that. Like it wasn't as. I felt like there was a more of aggressive side of Rhea and Liv than this one. I thought they were trying to kill each other more than these two were, and I felt like these two should have. One should have not got up. So one should have been brought out, left out in the stretcher, kind of thing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for story's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Next match is the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther versus Damian Priest, the new champ. Gunther.
Yes, sir. For me, this was my match of the night.
Same
This
here.
was everything. This is wrestling, is what I say.
Yeah.
There's two people in the ring beating each other's ass, and it looks like they want to hurt each other for real. That's
Yeah.
basically what it boiled down to. Like they look like they took those words personally. Damian Priest, he was just upset going in there
Yep.
already because of what had happened. So he already had something on his mind
Yeah.
and was not in a good mood. Then he had to deal with the guy who was talking trash for however many weeks he was talking trash. So I feel like in this match, especially after you saw Gunther's chest,
Mhm.
he was happy to let Gunther know. He was like, "Yeah, man, you was talking a little bit too much of that trash. So I'm gonna have to let a few off on you, man.
Yeah.
I have to. If one hits you in the jaw, don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. I got you after the match. But they was swinging for the fences, and Priest was going right back and forth with him. And I think that's one of the things that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Is what I wanted him to see him go to Gunther's level of aggressiveness. Like
He
I,
did.
he could. Personally, I always believe that Priest could be the man if you give him the opportunity, and they did,
Yeah.
and I didn't doubt him. It's just funny that a lot of just little bumps in the road,
Yeah.
and people want to jump on him.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. That's just how it is. But he hadn't had a match where he went full aggressive like that. Because even when he fought Sheamus, it wasn't like they didn't go that far.
Yeah.
Even when he fought Drew, and they should have, they didn't go that far.
I think
So
Seth they
I
went
just needed
hard.
to see not this hard, not this
Yeah.
hard
But this
to make
one,
you
yeah.
to make you be just a little concerned
Yeah.
for somebody in the match to be like, ooh,
Them
you know what I'm saying?
chesticles.
And I was feeling a little concerned for Gunther. I'm like, ooh, you better you gonna play tough man now, but you better watch that.
Yeah.
And then you get Finn, and that's the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Like you get story, you get the ass whooping, you get the ruggedness, the realness, and then you get story. And I'm like, that's wrestling.
And one thing
So
I give Priest
I'm going
credit,
for
and this is what happened after the end. He watched the video of his.
yeah,
He watched Balor betray him. Like he legit like stood and watched the video of Balor betraying him.
Uh,
Someone gonna
I
die.
like how
There's gonna be a
I like
couple
how
dead bodies tonight.
Balor had angry Miss Girl face.
Yeah.
He's just upset, angry,
I don't know why his
angry.
beard's so pointy.
That's that demon coming out, man. That's that.
this was my match of the night. I thought them two fucking went at it and they gave a hell of a match. It was easily my favorite match of the night. So I'm going 5 with this. Probably Priest's best world title match, and I loved his world title matches so far. Each match he had for the world title was great. So this was probably my favorite one.
Mhm.
Gunther, your new world champion. That's gonna be
And what I was
interesting
gonna
too.
say is,
Go ahead.
both the king and queen, they won their
Yeah.
title opportunities. So they,
What happened to Xavier's title opportunity?
well, Roman Reigns killed it, so he got to deal with that.
No, he didn't. Roman
He
lost. He
no
lost by
Roman Reigns.
DQ.
No, Roman Reigns destroyed his crown
He
and
did.
thus ended him being king of the ring. Because
But
once that
no,
crown disappeared,
he got
they
an updated
stopped.
crown. He got that big ass Mega Man crown.
They stopped taking him seriously.
That is true.
So they was just like king of the ring. Ah.
All right.
So sorry to say, ask Roman.
Yep, yep. So yeah, King and Queen won their titles. Last match, undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes defeats Solo Sikoa in a Bloodline Rule match.
And this one, I think it served itself well by having so much good story to go with it. The match itself, I think, was a standard Solo versus Cody match because they have fought more than once.
Yeah,
They have fought more than once. They have fought a lot in terms of the bloodline. So back and forth. So I'm not saying it's bad or I'm tired of it. It's just it wasn't like in terms of what we had already seen. This wasn't like gonna blow the roof off.
yeah.
But in terms of storyline, adding to the match, you get Arn Anderson coming out, which
I was
was
gonna wait
like,
for this cat.
all right, that's it. I'm happy. I'm. Regardless of what happens to the match, I'm happy. I got to see Arn, and he got to talk on camera again. All right, I'm happy. You had the man and his dog story
Yeah,
because he's retiring, taking his dog on the bus. Because I get it, don't travel with the dog.
yeah.
Don't do it. Leave him at home. Um, so you got that. You got Arn. You got the friends that you know and the friends you don't know. So you got the little teaser right there.
Yeah.
Then you get in the match goes down. Of course, you get the bloodline. Of course, you got Tama Tonga coming out. Of course, you got Jacob Fatu coming out. Then you got Jacob Fatu potentially looking like he destroyed his leg or his kneecap or what have you.
Yeah, Tonga Lord
So
trying to do
that
something.
looks a little rough. Tungalo was out there. He threw
His
somebody
eyes.
pointed
It
out
was the eyes.
his
He
eye.
lost his depth perception.
His depth perception was off because he threw Cody into the ropes, not the turnbuckle. And when you see it, it's hilarious. I pray it was on purpose. I really do.
He lost his
I
eyes.
really do.
His eyes hurt.
Uh,
He tried.
uh, it's so find out that he got pink eye. Dirty. Anyway, so you got then you got Randall and you got KO. You got more people coming into the
The
match,
Cody
and you got
Avengers.
spectacle. Yeah, exactly. You got the spectacle of the good guys versus the bad guys, and then that all clears out, and then like I said, Jacob's out there moaning and hurting. Hopefully he's all right too.
He has a
But
boot,
again,
so who
that
knows?
does suspiciously leave him incapable of helping Solo. So Solo's got one more surprise coming to him. He doesn't know it, but he called out the tribal chief, and the tribal chief said, I ain't staying home. Can't do that." And what did he do? The I'm assuming that's what the shirt means. OTC, I think it is.
The original tribal chief.
So he's the OTC.
Yep.
Oh, I would have preferred the OG TC, but that's too many letters for
Yeah.
them. But anyway, he comes out with a new theme, looking like a badass.
He
And
used this theme at WrestleMania.
which one? Because the last one I heard they played with a piano,
Yeah.
and then the other one they played another one. I don't
Okay.
know what. I don't know which one.
All I heard is a lot
So
of drums.
that's what I'm saying. But he always has like, if he's
Yeah.
gonna have a special one, is not the same special one.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is a different special one. Um, and he comes out with his special chief theme, and he does what he do.
Yep.
Hit him with that Superman punch, and then hit him with his. Did he do the original? Ooh
Yeah.
ah, and then hit him with that spear. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
That was the
Took him out.
biggest pop I ever heard on this. Ooh.
Took him out. Took him out.
Yep. And Cody Rhodes wins, but he also looks stares at Roman when he does the crossroads. Also,
Mm-hmm.
Roman just stares at him, didn't really do much to him and stuff like that.
He
So
didn't
he's
say. He didn't say nothing. He didn't make a face. He just looked unhappy at Solo.
hmm
That's literally all you got, was that he was not. He It's almost like he didn't care that Cody was in the ring. He was just like, I'm just making sure you don't win,
yeah,
because you was talking reckless.
yep,
So there
yep.
you go.
What you give this match?
That match, I'm also giving a 4 or 5. I think the story added that .5 to the match.
Yeah,
Definitely put it up there.
I'm gonna go.
Definitely not perfect,
Yeah,
but
I just
mhm.
felt like they try to recapture the WrestleMania Bloodline match, and that's kind of what the phases went because you kind of knew where it was gonna come. Um, just my preference is the fact that there was way too many kickouts for. I feel Cody Rhodes probably has one of the weakest finishers because he always has to do it multiple times to score to get a win. Like he never gets it with one. He gets it with like several. So that was my only little gripe with it. Like again, the lack of that. But it was a solid match. It showed that Solo belongs in that picture because he did a really good job in carrying that bloodline storyline. I thought he was good on the mic. I thought he was good as his character. He looked like a Yakuza character, so that won some points in my book. So I give credit where credit's due. But the match itself, like again, it was just it felt like a little too like I knew exactly where it was gonna come. And even if I was not thinking about it, I knew it was gonna where it was gonna come. So I'm gonna go 4-2-5 with that. Roman coming back, that would have been. I would have liked it more of a surprise and not his music hitting, or maybe have his music hit and he comes out of the crowd or something like that. That was my only gripe with it. But other than that, that's it. 4-2-5 for me. So SummerSlam overall, what do you give it?
I guess I'm gonna give it a 4.25.
Yep, that goes same. Right, and we go to podcasts we listen to. There was a lot of stuff Van Vliet did with SummerSlam, but he had two big interviews. I didn't get to listen to them. One was Queen Sarmel, one was Goldberg. And last week he has Scorpio Sky and Dijak. So if you haven't listened to them, catch up with those. Shout outs to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They had a lot of shit at San Diego Comic Con, so definitely listen to them out. And Joe Henry's getting a big rubber guy and a bendy.
Nice.
He's getting all them deals now before he gets a WWE contract.
I mean, you better get that Ethan Page deal.
Yeah,
Ethan Page still getting figures too.
yeah. Oh, yeah. But and then we go to Wrestling Respect, and is your pick. So who do you got?
I had a person in mind, and it's because of the historical significance of their name. I do not know anything of the original. Well, I don't want to say original. Of, I guess, the patriarch of the Garzas. And I guess that's. Which one is that though? Is that Hector Garza?
Hector Garza, the father of Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Garza.
Because I don't know if like there are another Garza that's older than him that was a wrestler.
I'll tell you right now. I think is who you're talking about. Because it's Hector Garza. Oh, yo, Hector Garza was in Lucha Underground. Yeah,
So
that's
it's
his
not him,
father.
right?
His grandfather
Oh, it
also
isn't.
wrestled.
Do you know the grandfather's name?
It's Hector Garza. Let's see. Probably is in the bio. Uh, Roberto Carlillo, like that. Mario and father Humberto. This is also Humberto Garza.
Really?
Let's see
Okay.
ring names. Hector Garza. Yeah, he was trained by his uncle Mario
Okay.
Segura.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Hector Garza is Hector Garza.
Okay. So there we go.
So pick up Hector Garza. Yeah, he was in Lucha Underground for a bit too.
As himself?
Yeah.
Like he used
Um.
just his name, or he used like a alt
Yeah,
alias or
he was
something.
Hector Garza.
Okay.
He was like in the first season, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, so maybe I did see him.
Yeah,
Okay.
he. I think he was the one that used to team up with Sexy Star a lot. He had the
Oh,
ponytail and
okay.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We will wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Thank you for listening. We'll be back kind of regular schedule back this week. But follow everything. Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok. All Mark the Mike. And follow Recycle Inc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclonic. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and we got a WordPress. So check it out.
Yep, yep. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Yee.